Hey, my name is Miss Hoosier, Miss Lacey Hoosier. Most kids just call me Hoosier, and I'm here to answer some questions for you guys. So I've got a list I'm going to go through, and then I'm going to bring you on a tour so you can see what it's like in my classroom here in Louisiana in the United States. How innovatively do I teach bio to my students? So I'm a very different teacher, as you could probably see. I look different than most teachers. My classroom is very different, so I try to bring that to my kids. We go outdoors. We have an outdoor classroom in the woods by a creek, and we are able to sample and study. We're able to do population studies. We're able to observe nature and all the flora and the fauna, so they get to learn firsthand. Also, I incorporate STEM labs heavily. Believe in critical thinking and being able to, think on your own and problem solve. So my students, I've built a STEM lab from scratch where we had nothing, and I wrote a bunch of grants, got a bunch of money, and now I've built it up. So I try to make sure that they are learning the most up-to-date, modern information that I can, and I also try to connect it to the real world, which I'll talk about in the next question, which was about traveling. So the next question was, I'm a traveling enthusiast. I do travel across the world. What was my favorite place and why? So I've traveled all across the United States to almost all 50 states. I'm almost there. I go to national parks and state parks. I do travel overseas, and I've been to London and England and Scotland. I'm going to Germany and Switzerland and Austria and Prague coming up soon. But one of my favorite places has been the Amazon rainforest in Peru. I've been fortunate enough to be one of the teachers that have been involved with a group called the Morpho Institute, where we try to push conservation education and the importance of, being a global citizen and being able to perform citizen science to give back. And so I'm able to travel to the Amazon. I'll be going again in July, and we stay in a very remote area that's hours away from any modern conveniences. In fact, in one of the places that we stay at, there's just a hole that we go to the bathroom in outdoors. There's no electricity. There's no windows. It's just open. There are tarantulas and bats that get in our rooms. And we just have a net over our bed. So we have a net to protect from the bugs. You have guides there. And so there's that, but it's a hands-on learning experience where we get to collect data. So we help with data research, but we also, I'm going to be a teacher leader this year. So I'm going to help to educate other teachers and hopefully give them some knowledge and tools that they can bring back to their students in the classroom. And we also, my students, because of this, and one of the innovative ways that I wanted to bring up was some of the research that I do in the Amazon is identifying flora and fauna through cameras, got game cameras that are set out at night and daytime, and they collect data. And we have to go through all the pictures and videos, of which we have thousands and thousands and thousands to go through. So I let my students help me with that, and they're able to identify real plants and animals from the Amazon, some of which we hope that are more rare, to help kind of promote conservation and protecting the Amazon rainforest there in Peru. So I'm excited about that this summer, and I'm going to be posting about that in July. So feel free to follow on social media, and you can look me up by my name, and you'll be able to see all of the pictures, experiences, and videos from not only there, but from Germany and Austria and Switzerland. And the next two questions were, as a head powerlifting coach, what are my experience with that? So I've been coaching for about 10 years, and powerlifting is about strength. And so we do, workouts almost every day of the week. But when we go to competitions, we do 3 main lifts. We squat with the bar on our back like this, and we squat. And then we bench, where we lay down, and we do this. We bench, and then we deadlift, where we have it on the ground, and then we stand up and we hold the weight. And those competitions is a really big high school sport in the United States. Not quite as big as basketball or anything else, but it is a growing sport. It's the #1 fastest growing sport that we have in Louisiana. This year we made it to the state championships, and we were actually state runner-up. So that means we got second place in the entire state, which is a huge deal. We also were state runner-up last year. So my boys team this year state runner-up, and last year was my girls team. I do head coach both, but this was my last year. So I kind of retired from doing that so I can focus on being a mom. I'm a mom of 3 kids, and I want to focus on more environmental education, collecting data, bird populations. So I've been doing it for about 10 years, and it's almost time. I do work out on my own at a gym. I go to a gym with my son, and I like to try to stay fit the best I can because I am a nature enthusiast, and you have to hike and, travel, and it's just good for your health to be healthy. So I'll show you some of the trophies in the tour that you'll be able to see that we've achieved through that and some other things. The last question is my philosophy of life. So that's a really cool question to ask. My biggest deal is adventure. I want to ignite a passion for everybody around me. I want them to feel inspired, and I want them to feel like they should go out and just do and see more. I'm a big proponent, a big person about grabbing the experience and going and doing it. So, if you've had a dream of, you want to go to travel to this place, then you do it. You make it work. You make it happen. I go out and I get everything. In the U.S., here in Louisiana, we are not paid very much at all. We're one of the lowest paying jobs there are. So it's very difficult for me to have big dreams when I can't afford those dreams. And although I have many degrees, I have 4 degrees from college, it doesn't pay well. And so I have to make it work. So I'm involved with groups and I give back. And sometimes that helps me to be able to travel to certain trips. Sometimes I have to get creative and do a lot of saving. But I feel like for me in life, you just have to go get it. You got to live your life. You have to enjoy it. I don't want to have reservations. I don't want to be scared. So I try to live life to the fullest, but I also try to give back to the world. And that's a big part of my philosophy, is impacting those around me, being a positive influence, being a leader, and trying to get people excited about science and just the natural world around them. So those are some of the big things that I believe in. And next, I'm going to shoot a different video, and I'm going to take you guys on a tour so you can see my classroom, how different it is, and also my lab. And then if I have time, I'll bring you out to the outdoor classroom and let you see what that looks like here. But it is the big eclipse day. It's the solar eclipse that everybody's been talking about. So actually right now, I have no students. They allowed students to stay home today because of the solar eclipse. And so it's a very not busy day. Hopefully, by the time you get this, you'll be able to hear from my kids about their ambitions and be able to talk to them if I can get them to log in time. But until then, that's it for me. I'm going to bring you on a tour next with a different video. So I'll see you guys in a minute. And if y'all have any more questions, feel free to send them to me and I'll have my kids answer them. I'll shoot a quick video to answer them. I know our times don't always work out, but I would be glad to shoot a video if I need to send it to you guys. Okay. All right. Good talking to you guys. I'll bring you on a tour soon.